Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga for Cyclists with Karen, sponsored by Soomom. Today I'll demonstrate 6 exercises focused on the hamstrings, which can help to prevent any lower back pain caused by cycling. Today we're focusing on lengthening out the hamstrings and stretching the hamstrings. I want you to come into a downward facing dog. So begin in all fours and then take the hands forward to the top of the mat. Spread the fingers and then wrap the biceps forward, tuck the toes underneath and start to lift the sit bones up towards the sky. Now in your downward facing dog, I want you to focus on lengthening the spine. So begin by bending the knees a little bit so that you can start to melt the chest back towards the thighs. And then continue to press the hands firmly into the mat as you spread the fingers. Keep the biceps wrapping forward and see if you can start to angle the sit bones a little higher towards the sky as you begin to drop the heels down towards the earth. We're going to take our dog for a walk to start to warm through the hamstrings. So bend the left knee as you start to drop that left heel down towards the mat and then switching sides. So straighten the right leg as you bend the left, stretching into the back of the right leg and just flow through these two positions. So left heel drops, right knee bends, and then take the left heel down, straightening the leg. And just come a little bit faster, just remembering to focus on breathing in and out through the nose as you start to lengthen the backs of the legs. And then come back into downward facing dog. Send the gaze forward between the hands and then start to walk the feet towards the top of the mat so that you land between the thumbs. Begin in a halfway lift just to lengthen back out through the spine. Hands come towards the shins and you start to reach the sternum forward, digging the heels into the mat, keep the back flat. Now gently fold into your forward bend, releasing the hands down. Keep a bend in the knees so that the lower tummy is rested onto the thighs and draw the chin in towards the chest. Now grab opposite elbow and spend a few moments here in this forward fold. Keep the tummy gently firming on so that the lower back is supported and feel this stretch that runs all the way from the heels down through the top of the head. Take a breath in and then find a nice long breath out. And as you spend a little longer in this forward fold, you might begin to straighten the legs just to intensify that stretch into the hamstrings. And take the last inhale here and gently release the hands down towards the earth. And again, find that halfway lift position, hands to shins. Start to pull the chest forward so that you're lengthening out through the spine. And place 2 hands down to the mat as you step the right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the right knee down, moving in towards our half split. So bring the hands back a little bit and extend the left foot forward, coming onto the heels. Now, depending on how tight your hamstrings are, your left knee may be completely straight or maybe keep a little bend in. And imagine this sensation that you're reaching your heart forward so that you're sending the sit bones back. And try and pull that left heel back towards the right as you draw left toes towards the shins. Stay for a breath in here and then exhale. Coming back into your lunge position, just switching the legs over. Take the left knee back, step the right foot forward, and then bring the hands back a little bit so that you can start to straighten out your right leg. Again, it may be bent or completely straight, just depending on the flexibility in the hamstrings, but try and draw the right toes back towards the shin. And imagine that you're trying to drag that right heel back towards the left knee as you reach your heart forward. Take a breath in here. Let it go. And then step the right knee back and rolling onto the sit bones here. coming into a forward fold. So extend the right leg, and I want you to draw your left inner sole into your inner right thigh, and find 2 sit bones pressing down into the mat. As you take an inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky so that you're lengthening the side bodies, and then release the hands towards that right calf. And then rather than rounding through that lower back, I want you to think of stretching your sternum towards the right toe rather than dropping the forehead down towards the knees. Try and press the back of the right leg more into the mat as you draw the right toes towards the shin. You can use your hands on your calves just to start to stretch that lower back as you reach further forward. You might be able to soften down towards the knee a little bit more. Just taking your time to fold. Find an inhale here. Slowly exhale. And then release gently back up. Just switching legs, so left leg forward. Slide the right sole into that inner left thigh. And just take a little moment just to readjust the sit bones. Reach the arms up, so lengthen first, and then reach forward towards that left calf. Again, same sensation. You want to draw the sternum towards that left big toe rather than dropping the forehead down towards the shin. At the same time, try and broaden your outer right knee to the earth as you continue to press the sit bones. And as you spend a little bit more time here, just focusing on the breath, you might begin to fold forward a little bit more. Taking a final inhale, a deep exhale, and then gently come back up to take 2 legs forward this time. So if you find that you're really rounded into the lower back, just bend the knees up a little bit so that you can lengthen out through the spine, and then reach 2 arms up towards the sky here, and then start to fold forward. So again, it's that same sensation of reaching the collarbones to the toes, and try and keep the tummy gently drawn on here just to help fold. And you want to feel this even stretch through the hamstrings. And as you spend a little bit more time in this pose, you might be able to reach the heels a little further forward so that the legs can straighten, and just deepening your way down, but continuing to find that length out of the lower back by reaching the chest forward. Find a deep inhale. Let your breath leave, slowly coming up. And just to re-stretch out through the front of the body, a reverse tabletop. Feet come to the mat, and take your hands behind you and wrap the shoulders in here, and then lift the hips up so you feel this stretch through the front of the body. And just stay in this pose for an inhale, and let the exhale release you all the way back down to the mat. And that was the last exercise for today. Next month, we'll be focusing on the hips, aiming to improve pedaling efficiency. See you all in March. Remember, eating well after your yoga session can really help to ward off fatigue.